David King is my rep for Sportsman Boats. He brought his wife Nancy along with him, and she turned out to be a pretty good hand on the ride. The weather didn't cooperate, and we weren't able to go over to the marsh, but hey, we made the best out of the day, stayed in the bay, and caught some nice fish.
Fisherman's Guide brought to you by the Silver Slipper Casino. Today's episode sponsored by Dad Super Ball, Southern Building Supply, The Hook, Gulf Coast Cuisine, Oddball Tackle, Sea to Swamp Outfitters, Ocean Marine, Sports Trail Trailers, Sportsman Marine, Parker Poles, and Sport Optics.
David, how'd you end up at Sportsman?
Well, I've actually got into the wholesale side of the marine business back in 1978 and have been involved in the offshore and bay business for quite some time, and was with Sea Hunt, a great company, but there's two partners involved with Sportsman that I knew before they ever even built the first boat that this was going to be the next phenomenal brand. And these two guys, they're previously boat manufacturer owners. The president of the company owns Sea Pro Boats, and his partner was a founder of Key West Boats. And both Tommy, the president, he sold his company in 2004. Dale, his partner, sold his company in 2003. And, you know, before they ever built the first Sportsman boat, they had built over 54,000 saltwater fishing boats between the two of them.
Wow. That's some experience.
So, you know, I knew these guys well enough that if they pulled this thing off, that it was going to be big and it was going to be right. And they were kind of hunting for me while I was kind of hunting for them. And we came together, and I started with them before they ever actually built the first boat. And then today we're building 40 boats a week and have a full line up to 35 foot.
There he is.
Up to 31 foot, I'm sorry, on offshore boats, and bay boats up to 24. And we're not starting there. We've got lots of
in there. It's a little puppy drum. It's a baby.
We've got lots of stuff on paper right now, getting ready for our engineer to get started. We've got a new 26 bay coming out here in the next few months, as well as a 28 offshore. Even got on the drawing board a 35 offshore.
Wow. You know, doing a lot of great things. Look, I tell you what, David came a long ways to fish with us. The weather was less than desirable whenever we woke up this morning, so you got to make lemons out of lemonade. We got in the bay back here. It's hailed here today. It's rained. We've had 30-mile-an-hour winds, so we're poking around, seeing what we can come up with. We're in Bay St. Louis, fishing right around DuPont here. We're fishing some rocks with some live shrimp. We're gonna send this little guy back, but hey, it's always a good day on the water, no matter what you're catching.
Absolutely.
You know, David, one of the previous boat that I had, it was considered one of the top bay boats on the market, but it had a lot of wasted space, and that's one of the things that I like best about my Sportsman is you really utilize every inch of available space on these boats.
Well, we really, have an opportunity as the company being a fresh build, a fairly new company. We kind of came at this at a little different approach than your typical builder. We, instead of investing in a more or less a craftsman that takes plywood and Bondo and foam and kind of hand shapes a boat, we actually kind of take the more of a automobile approach to it by hiring a nautical engineer that actually takes and builds the boat on computer. And the scale of CAD system that Sportsman bought for him to use allows us to go in or him to go in and you know, lay out all the things that we want the way we think that it would be best suited on the boat. But until you see it, you know, it's really hard to tell whether you got it just right or not. So in doing it on computer, it allows us to come back and make adjustments along the way before we actually build our tooling or our molds, because at that point it's too late. You know, and there's most boat builders out there do it the old-fashioned way, and there's not anything really bad about that other than you don't have that flexibility that we have.
So you can kind of make changes on the fly with the system that y'all are working with.
Exactly, and in addition to that, you know, with this system, we're actually able to float the boat on the computer and determine how much draft it's going to draft, and you know, if it's we can measure where the floor is based on the weight capacity of the boat, where the floor is in relation to the water level, so that we can utilize maximum floor depth inside instead of guessing at where the water lines are going to be on the boat.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then you go on top of that with performance. We can actually take a boat like this hull when we were designing it, and add 300 horsepower onto the back of the boat, and the weight of that motor and just the weight of us guys here on the boat, and go run the boat, and we're able to see if the boat, what kind of performance it's going to do, and see whether it's going to run bow high, bow low, and whether there needs to be any adjustments made on CAD to the design of the hull before it's too late, you know.
Wow.
So we're able to really build I guess you might say a more completely designed boat than, you know, a lot of our competition offers.
Well, essentially you're taking all the guesswork out of it.
That's right. That's basically what it's all to, you know. And there's some good craftsmen out there that are, you know, that are with these other boat builders, but no matter how good they are, they aren't that good.
There's always an unknown.
That's
somewhere.
right. That's right. That's right.
That's really impressive to me that you can figure out where the water line is going to fall on a boat and be able to get that floor of that boat just above that water line, so you don't get that, you know, I have no back feed into the back of this boat unless I've got 5 heavy guys
right
there,
right.
You know, but with the average people, I don't get that backflow into the back like
half the bay boats, not so much offshore, but half the bay boats that are built out there, you run into that problem. You put just a couple of guys on the back deck, and you end up getting water coming in back through the self-bailing.
Hey, I tell you what, let's go hit another spot.
Okay.
Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Come on down to the Silver Slipper.
Hi, this is John from the Silver Slipper, where the casino action is always lively and fun. Now, you already know that we're passionate about our food, and I'm sure you'll be able to find your favorite table game and the newest slot games available whenever you visit us. So now we're happy to introduce our beautiful new beachside hotel with 129 spacious rooms and suites. So for great fun, food, and awesome views, come on down to the Silver Slipper.
Have a good time at the Silver Slipper.
For over 80 years, serious anglers have depended on Penn. You can too. When you get that bite of a lifetime, be confident knowing that Penn is with you. Penn, let the battle begin.
When it comes to boating, most folks want more features for less cost. And that's what Sportsman Boats is all about. With yacht caliber components, the Sportsman Boats lineup offers bay boats, center consoles, plus tournament class and open cockpit models. To find the perfect fishing machine that puts your family first, contact your nearest Sportsman Boats dealer and discover that with a Sportsman Boat, you can have it all.
Today we're fishing with Penn spinning reels. We got everything from the old Sargus. David's fishing with the brand new Penn Clash, which is about 30% lighter than the Battle. The Battle's what we normally use. This is our Parker Poles 7.2 Fisherman Inshore Signature Series rod. You can pick these up at Cedar Swamp, or you can order them direct from Parker Poles. I'll tell you what, it's a deadly combination, whether you're throwing popping corks or fishing on the bottom, speckled trout, redfish, they'll really hold up to the fight. Fast action, baby.
Keep the tip up.
Now don't you let that fish whip you. Now you were just saying, if you can get a marlin in, you can get a redfish in, right? Look at the size of that one. Lift his head up. You can stop reeling. All right, reel back down. All right.
Man, he's wide. That's a wide body there.
Stop reeling, stop reeling. All right, lift his head up. Got him. Good job.
All righty.
Was that fun or what?
Yeah, awesome.
I tell you what, it's amazing how a couple fish can turn the mood around on a slow day, isn't it?
For sure.
Come on over here and get in here. Came all the way from Texas just catching old redfish, huh? The grin on that face says it all, though. One of the things that was happening here, we've got a lot of current falling out of this bay right now. They weren't being able to get to the bottom. We started off fishing with a 1 ounce sinker, and it was just blowing out the back of the boat. So what I did was I added a 1/2 ounce of lead to it. That way we can actually get it down there on bottom. As soon as we did that, started getting hookups. You gotta pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on. If it's not working, adapt to it, make it work for you. Welcome back for another pro tip brought to you by Dad's Super Pond. John, one of my favorite ways to catch fish is sight fishing. Whether it's redfish or triple tail, seeing them eat that bait, boy, it'll get you going. Polarized glasses are a must. Salt Life with Zeiss lenses are the best. But even the best aren't going to do you any good if you abuse them and scratch the lenses up. How can we prevent that?
Well, the first thing you do is when you open up your case of Salt Life, you're going to have a rag. These rags are way different from your shirts. You never want to just take your shirt and just wipe on your glasses, stuff like that. It'll ruin that lens. This is a micro cloth that goes on these Zeiss lenses that Salt Life offers, and this is the way to properly clean your glasses. If you have a lot of overspray from salt, you may want to use a cleaner. Zeiss makes a cleaner you can spray on, wipe off, and reuse, and you'll have your glasses forever.
Even if you don't have a cleaner, if you're out there, you got a lot of dried up salt on the lenses, think about how that feels on your skin and imagine what it's doing to your lenses. Even if you don't have a specialized cleaner, get a bottle of water, anything to get that grit off of there before you start rubbing on them. Y'all stick around, we're gonna bring you some more fish, and Chef Corey will be up in a little while showing you how to cook them. Put your hand on the spool if you got to. Turn him before he gets you in that bridge. David is on the board. Hold him, little hook.
Yeah, that's a little hook.
You know, that amazes people, the size of the fish that you can get in with such a small hook. But I'm a firm believer in using the smallest stuff you can get away with because it makes your presentation better.
Yep. Well, the less hardware that they can see, too, the better.
That's it. I tell you what, folks, we're making lemonade out here today. We couldn't have been dealt much worse weather. I wanted to spend the day on the boat with my friends, so we're getting it done. I'll let him get you in that motor. Go over. Oh.
He's all right. Coming around. Come on, boy.
They feisty, aren't they? Ah, yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Look at that, right in the side of the mouth.
Pretty nice fish there.
Yeah, he is. Look at that little hook. Right in the corner of the mouth.
Thank you, Ronnie. That's awesome.
Take your fish, show it off. There you go.
Pretty nice red.
All right, folks, y'all stick around. We'll be right back with a little bit more of this bridge action. Hopefully these big red fish will stick around. Hey, I'm Captain Ronnie Daniels with Fisherman's Guide. Today we're here at Cedar Swamp. This is a store that carries what catches fish. For your next outing, freshwater, saltwater, inshore or offshore, Cedar Swamp's got the gear that works.
Building a new home? Build it with brick and roofing from Southern Building Supply. Come see our showroom on County Farm Road in Gulfport. We have a wide range of brick in the most popular styles and colors, and our selection of high-quality shingles can add years to the life of your new roof. Southern Building Supply offers on-site delivery of your new brick and rooftop delivery of your new shingles. We're the only locally owned roofing and brick company. Call us today, 228-539-8380. Southern Building Supply.
Come on down to the Silver Slipper.
Hi, this is John from the Silver Slipper, where the casino action is always lively and fun. Now, you already know that we're passionate about our food, and I'm sure you'll be able to find your favorite table game in the newest slot games available whenever you visit us. So now we're happy to introduce our beautiful new beachside hotel with 129 spacious rooms and suites. So for great fun, food, and awesome views, come on down to the Silver Slipper.
Have a good time at the Silver Slipper.
Just like money in your pocket, that's super fun. When you trade with us, you always get our best. Super deals are why, whether you sell or buy. We cash checks, we pay bills, we make loans like no one will, and help you keep your pockets filled. Just like money in your pocket, that's super fun.
Got my shrimp and Nab grabbed onto it.
Didn't even know you had him, huh? Step up to the edge here a little bit. I got you. I'm not going to let you go over. All right, go ahead and lift up on this side. There you go. Hold him, little hook. That Parker pole's bringing him on in here. Look at there. You got you a drum that time. All right, stop reeling.
Is it black drum? Darn sure is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're strong. Get still. So we saw what a baby one of these looked like earlier. That's about a teenager there, and we catch the grandpas in here every now and then. I think you're out fishing him now. What do you think?
I caught the bigger one of these too.
Exactly. Biggest redfish and biggest drum.
All right.
What you think about fishing in Mississippi?
I love it. Awesome. Great experience.
All right, we're gonna let this one go.
Sounds good.
All right. pretty good one.
Oh yeah, he's putting up a pull. Ooh.
He's talking about that 4 or 5 minutes and they go, you ain't going nowhere.
Hey David, will you grab that net that's right there behind that ice chest?
Sure will.
Go out on a limb and say this is gonna be a black drum. There he is. Come here, boy.
He don't want to come up, does he?
No.
Oh,
Redfish.
look at that big red.
Nice red. There you go.
Big red.
See there? I was calling you a drum.
Well, he is.
Just a different color. Huh?
Red drum.
You know, one of the most important tools I've got is
Yeah.
a good set of pliers.
Yeah.
Whether it's cutting line, getting hooks out, I feel naked if I don't have those things on my side. Not bad for an old rainy, windy day on the water.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun to catch. Put up a good fight. We're gonna put this one in a box and see what Chef Corey can do with it.
Hey y'all, I'm Corey Hudson, owner of Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine. We're located on Davis Avenue, right here in Pass Christian. Welcome.
That is fantastic.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and be prepared to get hooked on Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine. Hey everybody, Chef Corey Hudson here with Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine. Today we're going to be cooking Paw Paw's Redfish Pot Pie. So whenever you think of comfort food, I think of pot pie, shepherd's pie, stuff like that. This dish is named after my father. You know, my mom and dad, whenever we used to go over to their house, my mom would always make the best pot pie. My dad would pretty much eat all of it. So we're gonna name this after my father. For my pot pie, the vegetables that I use are carrots, onions, green beans, and garlic. Next thing we do is sweat the vegetables. We have to get the vegetables sauteed down for this dish. So we just put them in the saute pan for about 3 minutes, cook them down. Once these vegetables are sauteed, we just set them to the side. This dish is primarily about the redfish. I know it sounds a little wacky that we're gonna put redfish in a pot pie. You don't have to use chicken and turkey for everything. We live here on the water. You know, use what we have in our backyard. So here we have a nice fillet of redfish. I'm just gonna cube it up into 1-inch cubes, lay it here in this bowl that I have. Next, we're gonna put the vegetables over the top. One of the key things to a pot pie is the sauce. That ooey goodness that you soak up with the crust that makes that comfort taste and that comfort texture that you eat. At home, you can use a cream of mushroom soup. You can also use cream of asparagus, that will work really well. But I've made my own cream of mushroom just with regular button mushrooms, onions, heavy cream, and a little bit of garlic and herbs. Pour the sauce evenly over the vegetables to make sure it's level and even to where everything cooks evenly. Next step, I'm putting fried onion straws over the top. That's gonna give it a nice crisp texture whenever you bite into the pot pie. And after I've done that, now it's time for the puff pastry. You can use croissant dough at the grocery store. I believe you can even get regular puff pastry there as well. just lay it over the top, crimp it along the edges, and then just take regular egg wash, just take 3 or 4 eggs, whip them together with a little bit of milk, not much, and just spread it over the top of your puff pastry. It's going to give that golden brown color and that crisp texture. Make sure you seal it very well and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And this is my Paw Paw's Redfish Pot Pie. Hey y'all, I'm Corey Hudson, owner of Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine. We're located on Davis Avenue, right here in Pass Christian. Welcome. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and be prepared to get hooked on Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine.
Coming down, coming down.
We went from we can't go fishing to we might go fishing to we're fishing and we ain't catching to catching fish.
There you go.
Look at him coming up there, mouth wide open. See, that one don't like the way this boat looks either, I keep telling you.
All right,
might be the net that he doesn't like. What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what.
He's mad.
Ooh, yeah, you brought that one in green.
The hook just come out?
No, it's right there in the corner of that mouth, though.
And you got 3 minutes.
There you go.
Open up, dude. Another beautiful red.
Man, it
Love
sure
it.
is.
Man, I appreciate it.
David, thank you for coming all the way down, fishing
Absolutely.
with us. And more than that, thank you for keeping us in a fine boat. I'm gonna tell you what, I couldn't ask for a better manufacturer or a better boat to fish out of day in and day out.
Well, we love hearing that. There's nothing we love more than to hear happy customers out there.
Hey, you got a happy one right here.
And I'm a happy customer today with this redfish in my
Right.
hands.
You'll be in your belly after a while. Hey, y'all, thanks for tuning in again. Y'all come back and see us next week. We'll have more great action for you. Be sure to stop by and check out the Facebook page and give it a like while you're there.
The Fisherman's Guide brought to you by the Silver Slipper Casino. Today's episode sponsored by Dad Super Paw, Southern Building Supply, The Hook Gulf Coast Cuisine, Oddball Tackle, Sea to Swamp Outfitters, Ocean Marine, Sports Trail Trailers, Sportsman Marine, Parker Poles, and Sport Optics.